Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be talking about the Milwaukee Bucks and talk about why the Bucks have been confusing so far this season. So let's get into it. Starting off with the positive, the Milwaukee Bucks have had one of the best half-court offenses in the NBA so far, and this is mainly due to Giannis's brilliance, Giannis's gravity, as well as the abundant shooting that the Bucks have on their roster. And this is very encouraging signs because in the playoffs, it's not about your transition offense. It's about how good your half-court offense is. And the fact that the Milwaukee Bucks so far have been one of the best half-court offenses in the NBA is very encouraging signs. Another positive is the fact that the Milwaukee Bucks have been shooting the heck out of the basketball. And this is no surprise to me because the Milwaukee Bucks last season were one of the most efficient shooting teams in the NBA, and this season they've increased their volume, and as a result of that, the offense has looked a lot better. And the main reason for this is because of Giannis Antetokounmpo. The amount of bodies he attracts, the amount of gravity he generates for his shooters to shoot, it's unprecedented. We've never seen this type of force before, and the three-point shooters in the Milwaukee Bucks are benefiting because of this. However, this team has not been perfect, right? I love how the team has approached this season, but there are still quite a few flaws. The first flaw is that the Bucks are very undersized on the perimeter. The starting lineup is Ryan Rollins, Gary Trent Jr., AJ Green, Giannis, and Miles Turner, and especially in those 2 and 3 spots, Gary Trent and AJ Green are way too undersized, and big teams with bigger wings have taken advantage of the Bucks so far, and this is a major issue. From every game that the Bucks have played, the 3 guard or the wing of the opposition team have went off. Let me tell you some examples. Brandon Ingram, Kevin Durant, the list goes on. Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, even Cooper Flag, who's been really poor offensively so far, cooked the Bucks. This is a major concern because every team that we have faced so far, their wings have absolutely demolished the Bucks. Another issue I want to talk about is the Milwaukee Bucks' poor rebounding, and this issue has really come to light, especially the last 2 games against the Dallas Mavericks and the Houston Rockets. I do understand they are very big teams and they are bad matchups for the Milwaukee Bucks when it comes to the rebounding department. However, look, I get that AJ Green and Gary Trent are undersized and sometimes that can impact your rebounding. But it's not even about the personnel at this point. The Bucks aren't doing the little things, playing with effort, rebounding with effort, boxing out. These things are basic skills in basketball. These are the fundamentals that you have to do to win, and the Bucks are not doing them. And this goes from Giannis, Miles Turner, AJ Green, Gary Trent, Ryan Rollins. The whole team is accountable for this, and this issue needs to be addressed because rebounding is a big part of basketball and is key to winning in the NBA. The final issue I want to talk about are free throws. First of all, the Bucks aren't making enough free throws. I do understand that Giannis isn't a good free throw shooter, but the rest of the team have been poor from the free throw line as well, and this is something that needs to be fixed. And the other thing I want to talk about is the fact that the Milwaukee Bucks concede too many fouls. Why do the Bucks foul? It feels like every single possession. I understand playing physical defense, but we also have to be disciplined. And the main culprit I want to talk about, and I love this guy. This guy is a sniper. He's been unbelievable from the 3-point line this year. So efficient. He's a good defender. But AJ Green has to play with more discipline because he's in foul trouble every single game and it's impacting his minutes. And this is not good because the Milwaukee Bucks need AJ Green from an offensive standpoint. So it's been very frustrating to watch the Bucks give up so many fouls, give up so many free throws. But another issue I also want to address is that these refs have been cheating Giannis so far in this NBA season. The amount of clear fouls that haven't been called have been absolutely disgraceful. Like genuinely, the opposition player could give Giannis Antetokounmpo a left hook, an uppercut and an overhand right in the middle of the game and the refs still wouldn't call a foul. It's been absolutely disgraceful how Giannis Antetokounmpo has been ref so far this season, and it needs to be fixed. Now, talking about some of the recent games, I have to start off with Giannis's game winner against the Indiana Pacers. That was just incredible, man. turnaround fadeaway against two defenders for game. It was a buzzer beater. What a shot from Giannis, and the celebration was so crazy as well. And in terms of the overall game, I thought this game was too close for my liking, man. I do understand that Indiana went to the line a lot of times. Like, the Bucks made a lot more shots than them, but Indiana were getting to that free throw line because the Bucks were just fouling. And I said this previously, the Bucks have to be more disciplined on defense, but it was a very close game. Obviously, Indiana, they're short-handed. They got a lot of injuries to a lot of key players, so I would have liked this to be a blowout, but at the end of the day, a win is a win, and it was such a great and iconic moment for Giannis. So happy days for the Bucks. And then the Bucks played the Raptors on a back-to-back, and this game was very ugly. The Toronto Raptors absolutely blew the Bucks out. It wasn't even a contest. And fair play to Toronto. They were playing some really good basketball. The ball was moving. They were running actions very fluidly. But I thought the Bucks looked really tired this game. It was a back-to-back. There was no energy. The ball wasn't moving. Poor decision making. I thought Giannis was getting fouled a lot this game. But to be honest with you, even if the refs called the right fouls, it wouldn't have made a difference. Toronto were just way better than the Bucks, and this was a really bad loss for the Milwaukee Bucks. And I think it was the worst performance so far this season. Just a very discouraging loss. After that Toronto Raptors loss, the Milwaukee Bucks had to bounce back, and so they did. The Milwaukee Bucks beat the Chicago Bulls, and Chicago, to be fair to them, they have been one of the best teams in the NBA and have been a very good surprise. They've been playing really good basketball. Guys like Buzelis, Giddy, Vucevic, they've all been playing well. And keep in mind, they even haven't got Kobe White back. And Kobe White, he's an all-star caliber player, so things are looking very exciting in Chicago. However, the Milwaukee Bucks did beat the Bulls, and this was all Giannis. He dropped 41, 15, and 9, I believe. Those are 2K numbers. He was ridiculous. Absolutely dominated them. They had no answer for Giannis. And to be honest, Giannis could have got 50 or 60 points this game. He missed a couple of easy ones, but he scored 19 in the fourth quarter and carried this team to this win. So the best player in the world, just doing the best in the world type of things. So fair play to Giannis this game. The next game that the Milwaukee Bucks played was against the Houston Rockets, and this was such a frustrating loss because the Milwaukee Bucks played beautiful basketball for the first three quarters, and then they threw it away in the fourth quarter, and there was many reasons for this. First of all, I'm going to start on Doc Rivers. The lineup he played was wrong. You don't start AJ Green and Gary Trent Jr. against this type of team with so much size, and the Bucks played really well for the first three quarters. But in the fourth quarter, he kept Gary Trent Jr. in the game for too long. Kuzma was playing very well, was playing great defense on Kevin Durant. He should have stuck with Kyle Kuzma for the entire fourth quarter. And because he didn't do that, it cost the Bucks the game. Because Kuzma was playing great defense, he was rebounding, he was shooting well, he was finishing well, he was doing a bit of everything at a really good level. However, I also need to give a bit of blame to Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis, for the majority of the game, looked like a demigod. He was Euro-stepping, dunking on 3-4 guys. He looked unstoppable. Even with all that size the Houston Rockets had, Giannis was just dominating them. Dropped 37 points, but in the clutch, he cost the Bucks the game. He made a careless turnover, and unnecessarily, he pressed Sengun full court and let Sengun blow by him, and then Sengun finished the game off. So Giannis had some bozo moments in the clutch that cost the Bucks, but in terms of his overall performance, he was just as dominant as ever. But this was a really, really hard loss to take because I felt like the Bucks could have easily won this game if they made the right decisions. But Houston, they're a very good team, and we played really well for the majority of the game. So in my opinion, you take more positives than negatives out of that game. But the one major negative I want to talk about is the lack of rebounding. Houston got over 20 plus offensive rebounds. That is unacceptable. I do understand that you are undersized, but box out, rebound with effort, do the little things, because Houston, they absolutely destroyed the Bucks on the glass and it wasn't great to watch. And then The Milwaukee Bucks play the short-handed Dallas Mavericks. They don't have Kyrie Irving. They don't have Anthony Davis. They don't have their two superstars. So what did the Bucks do? We all know what the Bucks are going to do. It was going to be a very close game, and the same issues we saw from the Houston Rockets game turned up again. The rebounding wasn't good enough. The Bucks were fouling way too much, and as a result of that, they made Dallas look like a really good offensive team. And in reality, Dallas have been the worst offensive team in NBA history. So that was very concerning from a Bucks fan's perspective. However, at the end, the Bucks did pull it through. It was a Kyle Kuzma masterclass. Ryan Rollins played really well. Giannis played really well, and the Bucks got it at the end. But against this Dallas Mavericks team, you expect the Bucks to blow them out, and they left it very late. But at the end of the day, a win is a win, and that's all you can ask for. And on to more unfortunate news. We thought we had it bad when Kevin Porter Jr. was sidelined due to a teared meniscus in his knee, I believe. Well, the Milwaukee Bucks have been hit with more unfortunate news. Taurean Prince has a herniated disc in his neck and is going to be out for an extended period of time. And this hurts because the Bucks were already down when it came to the wing department, and now another wing is injured or gone. And I'm not sure how long Taurean Prince is going to be out for. Prayers for a speedy recovery. But he did offer this Bucks team some good things. He's an elite three-point shooter, which is never bad to have when you have Giannis on the team. And he looked like he was playing with a lot more effort this season. And I thought he looked a lot better in his new role this season. So it is very unfortunate. And it's going to be very interesting to see how the Bucks are going to handle this situation. Because that wing position for the Bucks, it was already very weak. And it's got even more weakened. Moving on to the key performers for the last couple of games for the Milwaukee Bucks. The obvious guy you're going to talk about first is Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's been just as dominant as ever. I think he's averaging 33, 12 and 6. Just ridiculous. Sometimes we just take his greatness for granted, and we really need to just take a sit down and just appreciate him, because he's been absolutely ridiculous. Ryan Rollins, look, he's been so good for us this season. The three-point shooting, the downhill attacking, the playmaking, the kid's got it all. The defense, I can't stop saying good things about Ryan Rollins. He's been excellent, just as always. Kyle Kuzma, I repeat, Kyle Kuzma. Kuzma has looked really good for the Bucks for the last couple of games. He's bought into his role. He's playing defense. He's rebounding. He's shooting well from three currently. This is the Kyle Kuzma I want to see. I don't want Kyle Kuzma to handle the ball. I don't want Kyle Kuzma to make decisions on the ball. I want Kyle Kuzma to take the toughest assignment defensively. I want Kyle Kuzma to rebound and finish plays. And he's been playing at a really good level, so fair play to him. And the last guy is Cole Anthony. Whenever he's come off the bench, he's been positive. He's been scoring, playmaking, making little energy plays like rebounding. I've been very impressed with him so far. So yeah, they are my key performers for the last couple of games. To give my final thoughts, I'm going to go back to what this video is about. It's about the Bucks being a very confusing basketball team right now. Look, the Bucks are 7-4. That's a good record. But whenever I'm high on this team disappoints me. And whenever I'm low on this team impresses me. I don't know what to expect with the Milwaukee Bucks right now. They're so confusing. There's been some really good things. The three-point shooting. Giannis has been playing at a really high level. The team got depth. Kuzma's playing well. Miles Turner's been good defensively. Ryan Rollins has broke out. There's been a lot of good things that I've seen from the Bucks, but there's also been a lot of bad things, like the lack of rebounding, sometimes the lack of defense, conceding too many fouls, conceding too many free throws. It's been a very mixed bag so far this season, and I don't know what to expect from this team. So yeah, that's where I'm at with this Milwaukee Bucks team. They could surprise you on every night. There's going to be some crazy stuff happening. There's going to be some crazy injuries that are going to be happening, like KPJ, Taurean Prince. You just don't know what to expect with the Milwaukee Bucks anymore. With that being said, they're still 7-4. It's been a good season so far, and hopefully that can continue. Thank you guys for watching the video. Like, share, subscribe. comment, and peace.